Today, Precarious plays
Deus Ex, Human Revolution.
Oh, the toxicity level is dropping. You found a way to save everyone, Bratan. You'll still need to unlock the submersibles while Whistleblower can go free. Use the touchscreen in the command tower. It'll also let you back inside the base.
And why would I want to go there?
Use your head, Tuvok. The last thing standing between you and Megan Reed is Burke.
I don't like it.
Uh-huh. So tell me what you found and how we were able to make this slightly less nonsense.
Well, here's the trouble. I guess it gave me a thing. Like, it gave me, like, a thumbs up.
Yeah. We found the third option, by the way.
Yeah, but I don't feel very good about it because it is... I've heard it said before that a good puzzle, you have all of the pieces, or you have enough of the pieces that whenever you fit it all together, it feels sensible and good, right?
You're like, oh, why didn't I see that?
Well, no, not even that. Well, maybe.
That feeling of discovery, and it all clicks together.
This was a gas dispersal thing that I shot with my gun.
Yeah.
So it would stop doing a poison.
Okay.
To find it, I had to go into a secret room. I suppose that if I had explored more thoroughly beforehand, this room would have been here and it might have been suspicious, or it could have been green and then I would have been like, oh, whoa, gotta go there later. Like, maybe it would have looked poisony. I don't know. To get here, I had to move this box out of the way. It was upright and it was heavy.
It was completely obscuring the vent.
Yes, it was completely, perfectly obscuring the vent. And, okay, now that no one is around, this will be the test for me. Is there any amount of signposting from the presented solution and the alternate solution? So I don't see any wires that are like leading there. They terminate here.
Where is the room that the circuit breaker is?
The control panel
it's just there.
Is in here.
And that's just a control panel. It doesn't have piping or anything. It just shows cameras. What can we see on the cameras? Nothing. What about the map?
You can't see it here. The room is here, off the map.
Oh, so it doesn't even exist on the map that you can look at on the terminal.
In the menu, yeah.
What about the map that's physically on the...
It's not... If it's a map, it seems to be a cross-section, a vertical cross-section.
Yeah.
Just based on, like, I think that maybe that's the elevator shaft that leads to the lab. I don't know. I don't actually... Is this even a map?
I don't know. It could be just a wiring diagram. I'm just trying to see if there's any hint at all.
Well, so it's not just enough to have a hint that... I think that they... The language of the text made the possibility space seem large enough to accommodate another option, which is why I started exploring.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But a person like me would look at that and be like, no, they wouldn't do that to me. And then I would be like, I guess I have to make this choice. And then that would be the end of it. Although...
I don't know. I don't feel especially clever. I don't feel especially clever or morally upright or anything. Just because... Me picking up on that small hint that there might be another way to resolve the situation isn't enough.
No.
I would have only felt good about it if I had meaningfully, purposefully. That's my problem. That's the problem I'm having right now. This is not a meaningful, purposeful, logical discovery. This is something that I either would have found by looking it up online, which we did.
Yeah.
Or if I were to stumble across this, it's hard for me to say if I would have found this. I am like whenever I played this game outside of the context of the show,
Yeah.
I do jostle all of the boxes. I do knock out all of the guards and then drag them into tunnels so I can explore all of the areas very thoroughly. So I might have found that room playing on my own. I still don't know if I would have thought, that bullshit secret room I found.
Yeah, go in there and let me go back in there. I mean, there are a bunch of doodads in there, but there are doodads everywhere because the space is designed in an interesting way. So if you had found, I don't know, I think that the letters might be enough for you to remember.
If it had already been wired and very poisony green
Before,
then I might have, but that's a few too many ifs.
yeah.
You know?
So it's hard to say. I'm glad that you were like, nope, this is not acceptable, and there is just enough leeway in this writing for me to believe that there's another way to do this, because this makes me feel a lot better. But if it had been just up to me, I would have, unfortunately, let all these people die and saved the whistleblower and all her evidence in hopes that maybe we could shut down the larger portion of everything.
Honestly, like if you don't get a game over from it,
Yeah.
I probably would have accidentally let everyone die.
Really?
Yeah, because I would have stubbornly, after it almost happened, I have no
Yeah.
idea. So when I went there, we had 2 minutes on the clock,
Yeah.
and I have no idea how close I was to that rolling over and...
Kavanaugh, I've unlocked the hatch and I'm transmitting the coordinates to a rendezvous site.
Oh, thank God. I thought when the code yellow started.
It's over. Just make sure Interpol gets that evidence. I'm going after Burke. Jensen out.
So who's hostile? I mean, like, literally
There
everybody
are-
at this point, but...
There are people on the upper floor.
Oh.
I'm not feeling the flawless box sound sneakiness anymore. I just kind of want to...
Get out.
Yeah. What was I saying?
You were saying that you didn't feel particularly clever about finding the solution here. Oh, you were saying that you would have run out of time.
Yeah, if I were doing this on my own, I probably would have run out of time. And honestly, with me, I would have reloaded.
Yeah.
I would have...
Tyler, or should I say Adam Jensen? That's right. I know who you are now. Geithner wasn't quite as good at hiding her tracks as she thought she was. You're clever, I'll give you that. Most men aren't capable of seeing beyond the choice in front of them. But whatever you think you've done, it's of no consequence. Helping that fool Kavanaugh escape, saving the lives of a few worthless civilians, it won't change anything. All you've done is make yourself a target. The Reed woman, this Megan you've been searching for, she's not here. And the only thing standing between you and the ship that could take you to her is me. I underestimated you back on the ship. I won't be doing it again.
Get in line, buddy. We got plenty of enemies.
Lad,
And you are
there?
just a step
Quinn,
on the road.
where are you?
Getting me arse out of Dodge. Burke's had enough, and he's gunning for you. And I don't intend on being caught in the bloody crossfire. But listen, that trick you pulled with the gas, fucking brilliant work that was. Head to me shop. I left you a thing or two so you can give him hell.
I'd like to say we'd meet again over a pint sometime, but, well, Godspeed, mate.
I'm kind of resentful of all the high fives they keep giving us.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. I was like, that is ringing hollow right now.
Yeah, it's like...
But it's a bitter aftertaste.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, so it's just sort of like the nature of games, in a sense. Like, really, like, the ability, the inherent ability in the medium, most of the time. Actually, no, I can't think of a single, like, retail game that there isn't a way to reset in some capacity.
Yeah.
Even if a game, like, what? No, because you could still just buy a new copy under a different alias. I was gonna say, like, even if there was an MMO where you only get one life and you have to, like, attach it to a credit card because they're really trying to be serious and take the one life thing seriously.
Yeah.
Just get a new credit card. Steal someone's identity. Play again. I don't think there's really a game you can just play once. The only way that can happen is if somebody takes the time. Like, right now, if I were to, like, open Game Maker Studio, for example, and make a small game and then have you play it and then delete it in front of you. Like, delete the files in front of you. Like, that's the extremes you have to go to have a game that you can only try one time.
Yeah, but you would run out of time and try again.
Right, and it just it feels a little bitter right now, all of the high fives, all of the kudos.
Yeah.
But does it, I don't know, does it really matter if I had played the game twice, and the first time I chose between the two options presented, and then the second time I thought, like, wow, that doesn't feel right. Every other time in the game, there's usually like a third thing you can do. Let me look around. Oh wait, I stumbled across the room in this playthrough. Let me look it up online. Continuity. What does it mean? What does it mean in games when you can do every option eventually?
That would be a large question.